Hey, Shalom Markin, this is Rakam Akapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Had this article come up here from here in UK. The Prime Minister, hopeful Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party, and he's being asked about nuclear deterrence, right? And he's saying that he'd be prepared to shoot nuclear missiles, right? As you got here from the BBC, Starmer says he is prepared to use nuclear weapons, right? All this talk of nuclear war, right, is in the mouths of everybody, man, because they know that at some point there's gonna be this war where people are gonna have to be prepared to shoot these devastating missiles. Right, they're not here for no purpose. They're not gonna just sit in a fucking warehouse forever and ever and ever. Right, they're gonna be used at some point. Right, it's the Most High's will for them to be used. Right, and so the minds of these leaders, okay, they're being put in the mindset that they have to be prepared to use them. Right, and Russia's being used as that boogeyman, and the axis of evil, as they would like to put it. And so they see a need one day, perhaps very soon, in their minds, right, that they might have to use these weapons to deter, nations like Russia, right, to defend their own country. All right. Now, people say this is, that would be ludicrous, and they would never go as far as to use them because it just wouldn't make any sense. Well, there's a lot of things in this world that don't fucking make sense, But what we do know, or what we know, what is written in the scriptures, pursuing to the Lord and the Lord's will, right, and that He ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, so let me grab that. Pardon me. All right, Daniel chapter 4, verse 17 says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever He will, and He setteth over it the bases of men. The Most High is the one that's in control. All right. There's the one I'm thinking about. Heart. King's Heart. Yes. It was just King. Maybe 1 sec. All right, here we go. Proverbs 21:1 said, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it wherever so He will. Right. So, regardless if these people think it's logical or illogical or crazy or whatever whatever it is that they think, right? Regardless of any of that, right? The Most High is the one that's in control. The Most High is the one who had them make these weapons in the first place, right? For the Lord's intent, right? For World War III, for the destruction of America, because that's what they're really going to be used for, right? That's why that's why they were created, and that's why the people are talking about it now, because America's nearing its destruction. Okay, and so, people being asked, people that want to be in office and in power, okay, they're being asked about these certain situations that may arise, and are you prepared to use nuclear weapons to protect the nation, right? I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says, Sir Keir Starmer has said he would be prepared to use nuclear weapons if needed to defend the UK, as he set out Labour's defence plans. The Labour leader said security will always come first under his leadership, and claimed his party has left behind Jeremy Corbyn's opposition to Trident nuclear weapon systems. If elected, Sir Keir said he would increase defence spending and update the UK's nuclear arsenal. Conservative Defence Secretary Graham Shapps said Labour represented a danger to our national security, like opposition, whatever, right? All right, so that's pretty much that. I don't need to read the rest of that, right? But obviously, that it's something that's the question that's being posed. These questions are being posed to these leaders because of the times that we're living in, right? It's at the forefront, right? Suslov, right? Because on Russia side of things, right? Might mention it here. Yeah, it's from Daily Express, right? It says World War III on brink as Russia told to light demonstrative nuclear explosion, right? So basically, someone in Putin's cabinet is telling the man that we should be testing these weapons, that as like a show of force, right? Just to let man know that we're ready to drop nukes if need be, right? So a senior Russian official has suggested a demonstrative nuclear explosion to intimidate the West amid escalating tensions over Ukraine, because they're sending more hardware into Ukraine and closer into the border of Russia, talking about hitting things in Russia. So, they're escalating too, right? So in a provocative proposal, Dmitry Suslov, a senior member at the Moscow-based Council for Foreign and Defense Policy, has suggested that Russia should consider a demonstrative nuclear explosion. Just to remind man, the suggestion comes amid escalating tensions between with the west of Ukraine. Sorry, let me read it again. The suggestion comes amid escalating tensions with the west of Ukraine's use of Western supplied arms against Russia targets. The proposal from Suslov, whose think tank's ideas occasionally influence government policy, emerged just a day after President Vladimir Putin issued a stern warning to NATO members. Putin cautioned that allowing Ukraine to use Western weapons for strikes inside Russia could ignite a global conflict, a sentiment he underscored with warnings of dire consequences. Ukraine's leadership has asserted the necessity of striking Russian military targets within Russia using long-range Western missiles to defend itself and counter air missile and drone attacks. This stance has garnered some support among Western nations, although the United States has not yet endorsed it. Russia, which boasts the largest nuclear arsenal globally, right, has consistently warned that such actions would be seen as a significant escalation. Moscow argues that this would drag NATO and the involved countries into a direct conflict, heightening the risk of nuclear war. Right, so everyone's getting prepared, for this war, and the people preparing their greatest assets, i.e., these nuclear weapons. Right, and like I said, they're being pressed and being asked whether or not they're prepared to use them and that kind of stuff, and these men say they're ready, but whether they're ready or not, right, Fugees, right, whether they're ready or not, right, the Most High is gonna put it in their mind, in their spirit, right? You'll put it in their minds, in their spirit. So, I'm gonna grab that first, and I'll go back, right? So, Revelation chapter 17, verse 16 here. Right, and then the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, this is the whore is speaking about America, right? Okay, the whore that rides on the beast with the 10 horns, right? These shall hate the whore, right? Because America's are just assholes, man. America's just an asshole, right? Talking down to their contemporaries, right? Because they got all the power. These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? That is the future of America. And ultimately, even like right now, they're talking about shooting missiles on Russia, right? But that's not what's going to happen. UK are going to end up shooting missiles at America, okay? Who would have saw that one coming, right? So that's why I say it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't seem logical or like likely. Right, but this is what the outcome is going to be, right? And this is how we're all going to know that prophecy, the word of the Lord, has played its part. Okay, but anyway, continuing, it says verse 17: "For God have put in their hearts, in their mind," and we just read that the Most High has the heart of the King in His hand. Right, for God have put in their hearts, which is their mind, to fulfill His will. This is about the Most High's will, and to agree and to give the king unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman that which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Right, i.e. America. Right, so as I said, they're all preparing themselves, for this moment in time, right? Being asked these hard questions, whether or not they're prepared to nuke, Russia and all this kind of stuff, right? But it's just a matter of time. Okay, and Most High is moving people into position and putting that spirit upon them to do these things, right? So let me get this from Isaiah 54, as verse 16, right? It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." Right? The smith is like your engineers, your scientists, right? That are creating these weapons, right? This instrument, okay? And it is a wasted instrument. It is such a destructive weapon, right? It shouldn't exist. It's so stupid, right? It shouldn't exist, but it does exist. Even that itself doesn't make any sense. This type of weapon, the fact that it even exists doesn't make sense, right? You went from like conventional bombs and stuff like that to atomic bombs, now to nuclear. But you just it was already bad at these hydrogen bombs. It was already bad, right? These atomic bombs or whatever, right? It was already bad at that level. But then you decide to make bigger ones, more powerful ones, more destructive ones. Like, how does that make any sense? You already know that this weapon by itself is should be bad. It should be banned, right? It's just mad, right? After you drop those bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you already knew that these weapons can't be used again. But since then, you've built bigger and more destructive weapons since then. So tell me what makes sense, isn't it? It's the Most High's will that has had you do this, right? Because America needs to be destroyed. America's a big place, America has to be destroyed, and so you need bigger and better. So the Most High has had you progress, right? Had you progress and develop, to create bigger and better, just to be used upon your own self, right? So yeah, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, so that's the purpose, right? To destroy, and so forth. It's going to be used, right? This is from Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. The Lord have opened his armory, okay, and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. He's had you make them. He's had you working there, thinking that you're working for yourself, thinking that you're working for your own benefit to bring these weapons into existence. No, the Most High's had you on the plantation, man, building these weapons for him, right? And he's gonna turn around and use them against you, right? It's mad, right? Crazy. The Lord have opened his army and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of the hosts, Lord of the hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans, okay, which is America. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Okay, going back to what we just read in Revelation with the whore, right? Which is America. There's going to be nothing left of that land, right? Slay her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter, or unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The time is coming. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. Okay, the vengeance for the Israelites, right? Because you put the Negroes into slavery. Okay, you've slaughtered the Gadites and the Tainos and all that kind of stuff. You got a lot to pay for, and you've harmed the Most High's children. Like, harm is even just a nice, it's a small word, like compared to what you've done. What you've done is grievous, right? And so the Most High has vengeance set against you, right? Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape, recompense her according to her work, right? What is America's work? What are you Edomites' work, man? Nothing but wickedness. Witchcrafts and nothing but evil, man, right? Let none of us thereof escape, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore her young men shall fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God, Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah will press together, right? And that's why you when you go into the lands of America, you're going to find all tribes in the land of America, man, right? Because we're all being oppressed there as a majority, right? All there together, right? And all that took them captives, held them fast, they refused to let them go. You've not let us, you've not set us free. All this talk about, oh, we freed you from slavery. You ain't done shit, right? All you've done was change our captivity, man, and now we're just in debt to you. Working at your companies, building up your society, your kingdom. Okay, while we struggle to live. You didn't give us land. You didn't give us nothing. You didn't take us back home. You didn't do shit. Right, so we're not free. Okay, we're still working for you. The Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars. Okay, this sword he's talking about these nukes. Okay, even in Revelation 6, he speaks about the red horse, and to him was given a great sword, and with it he should take peace from the earth, right? That great sword is talking about his nukes, right? That is his mightiest weapon that he has, the most destructive weapon that he has. And this is the same sword that's going to be used against him, all right? So it says, the sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, because America's a melting pot, right? So all the mingled people, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed, right? Because it's going to consume everything in the land of America, man. It's going to destroy everything. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images. Again, America's full of idolatry. Okay, they have the freedom of religion over there, right? And so they support every type of religion that exists on the planet in America. So, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, right? Once these nukes destroy America, America is going to become uninhabitable, okay, to men, right? And it's never going to be inhabited ever again, okay? Which is showing you this is not talking about Babylon of old, because that place is still around. People still live there, okay, in Iraq, right? People still live there, shitly, but they still live there, right? It hasn't been destroyed. It hasn't been uninhabitable, all right? This is talking about a future prophecy, a future place, okay, likened unto Babylon, right? A drought is up, verse 38. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is a land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the iron shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall no more be inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And how was that? That's with fire, was it? Right? And the neighbouring cities thereof, say the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Right? That is the future of America, right? Behold, the people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Okay, Russia is leading that charge, okay, from the north, right? And there's going to be kings, leaders that are joined unto Russia. Okay, you read Ezekiel 38. Right, there's going to be people joined unto Russia, right? That's going to come to war against you, man, and to play their part in your destruction, right? They shall take hold the bow and the lance, and they are cruel, and they will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, everyone put in array like a man to the battle against the old daughter of Babylon. Okay, that's what I want from this. So that's what's developing out here in the real world. These alliances and these intentions of using nuclear missiles, right? They're moving or wanting to move missiles around, back into the UK and all that kind of stuff, and to counter Russia and all that. So there's a lot of stuff going on. All right. So you already know what's going on in Israel and between them and the Palestinians, what's going on in Ukraine. So all these things are the tensions are increasing. This is from Isaiah 13 verse 5. I'm sure from verse 5, right? It says they come from a far country. Okay, he's talking about the missiles. right? From the end of heaven, right? Because they travel through the sky, right? They call it intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? And they shot over long distances, right? And land and hit their targets, right? So they come from a far country and from the end of heaven. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation. These weapons are the Lord's weapons. These are part of his armory, right? The weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What land? Babylon the Great, i.e. America, right? How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. This is what we're waiting for. The day of the Lord is at hand, right? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay. What's the point on that, right? So this is Ezekiel 38 verse 10. I said, you read the top right here, you see talking about here about Russia and the allies that are with them, right? They're all banding together, right? But it's going to come to a point, and read here in verse 10. It says, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, right? This idea of using these weapons, right? And this is why, like I said, the suggestion of testing these weapons, and and so people are going to be in each other's, these generals are not going to be in each other's ears talking about what should we do, right? And someone's going to say, or a bunch of them are going to say, look, man, let's just fucking blow the shit out of them. Let's press the button, man. Just do it now, right? Just do it, right? And the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on these guys to do it. That's that thought. Where do thoughts come from? The whole side put thoughts into your head, man. All right. So, it says at the same time, shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. The Most High, cast inception on you, man, and make you do it. All right. And you're gonna press that button, man. You're gonna give it the okay, turn those keys, press those buttons, man. And not only Russia, but the so-called allies of America. They're all gonna do it, right? They're gonna turn on the whore, right? Because it's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. It's gonna be something out of the left field, man. It's gonna come out of nowhere. The next thing you know, all these missiles are being shot at America, and America's through. It's finished. America can't do shit about it. None of these fucking Patriot missile systems are gonna defend you. None of it's gonna help. Right? They're gonna land and they're gonna destroy America and turn it into a lake of fire. I already read that. So close out with this is Isaiah 47, verse 5 says, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Okay, Babylon the Great, right? I.e. America, right? For thou shalt be no more called the Lady of Kingdoms, because that's what America is right now. It's the pinnacle nation on the planet, right? I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance. I have given them into thine hand, right? Because you've had us in slavery, right? Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hairs hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Okay, you had us up in chains. You were treating us how you want, however you wanted, man. With great cruelty you treated us, man, right? And thou hast said, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You didn't think that this day would come. You thought you was going to be on top forever, man. And you thought you were going to get away with all the evil and the wickedness that you've done. Right? So you didn't think about what was going to happen at the end. Right? Therefore, hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. America stands alone. America stands at the top. Okay? America is mightier than any nation. More powerful, more wealthy than any nation. Right? And so they have a certain amount of pride, greater than, all these other nations, man. That's how they think. They call it American exceptionalism. They think they're better than everybody else. Right? So they dwell with pride, great pride, right? So I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right? Because ain't nobody can beat America as far as they're concerned. America's got the greatest military in the world. Ain't nobody gonna come here and attack America like that. because we're gonna fuck them up. And the nations kind of know that. That's why no one's really gone over there to do nothing to them, right? You know, America kind of set up some inside jobs, you know, certain events, right? But apart from that, you know, there has been no war on their soil from foreign nations, because that would be kind of suicide, right? You know, America would just, only one that could really do that is Russia, and you know, during the Cold War they they opted out of that too, you know. But that spirit is coming back, right? And it's gonna escalate, and it's gonna get to the point where America is gonna get touched, okay? As it goes on to say, verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, right? Because America is full of witchcraft, right? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Right? Like I said, it's going to come at you know, way left, out of nowhere. They're not going to expect it, right? That these nations are going to turn in, they're going to start shooting missiles, and America's not going to be able to do nothing about it. Russia's got missiles that can reach America in like 45, 30 minutes. There's no time. You haven't got time. You know? So it's going to happen very quickly. In 1 hour, thy judgment has come, the scriptures say in Revelation. All right? 1 hour, the place is going to be destroyed. Verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art worried in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? So it's an event that's inevitable. It's going to happen. Okay? Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them, and they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. You're not going to deliver yourself from this judgment. Okay, these nukes are going to destroy America, and it's going to become a lake of fire. Right? Again, no one's going to be able to deliver you from the power of the flame. Okay? There shall not be a coal to warm out, nor a fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Yeah, no one's going to come to your aid and deliver you from that judgment, man, because the Most High has marked you for destruction, man. And once the Lord's done that, that's it. You know, and like I said, that's why the Most High has had all these weapons be created. That's why they're having all these leaders, you know, be talking about World War III and nuclear weapons and the use of them, testing them and getting ready, man. These nations are getting ready. The Most High is preparing them, getting them ready for the World War III. Right? But it ends with America's destruction. You know, as it's prophesied right here, as we've been reading. All right. So you know, I'm gonna end it there. Lord, when this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.